Tibet is a land shrouded in mystery, situated at about 16,000 feet above sea level in the northern part of the Himalayas. A worldly curiosity separates Tibet from the rest of the world. Its capital, Lhasa, was long off limits to outsiders. Since then, Tibet has been known worldwide as the Forbidden Land. This mysterious country is the highest city in the world. The world's highest peak, Mount Everest, and the highest plateau Pamir are located here. Important watercourses such as the Brahmaputra and the Indus also originate in Plateau, Tibet. This episode of Voice of History will discuss the mysterious Tibet. Before starting the video, if you are new to our channel, please subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon next to it. Introduction to Tibet. Tibet is an autonomous region of People's China. Located at the foothills of the Himalayas, this country has an area of 12.28 per 100 square kilometer. The average elevation of the Tibetan Plateau is about 16,000 feet, due to which this region is called the roof of the earth. Despite its large area, the region is sparsely populated due to its harsh climate and mountainous and remote terrain. At present, the total population is about 75 lakhs. The immense beauty of nature. The people of this country are as calm as nature. Peace-loving Tibetans do not like to reveal much about their country to the outside world. Just as they don't give a damn about anything in the world, they don't want anyone to give a damn about them either. The biggest reason behind the mystique of Tibet is its extremely remote nature. Covered by the ice sheet north of the Himalayas, Tibet has hidden itself from the outside world for hundreds of years. That is why the country's capital, Lhasa, has become known as a forbidden city to the world. History of Tibet. Tibet was once a vast area. It was an empire in East and South Asia from the 7th to the middle of the 9th century, which extended to present-day Tibet, eastern Pakistan, Bhutan and Nepal. The Mongols invaded Tibet for the first time in 1240 AD. In 1251 AD, the Mongol army invaded Tibet for the second time. Later in the 14th century, political power in Tibet came under the control of the religious guru, the Dalai Lama. In 1950, the Dalai Lama's rule came to an end when Chinese communist forces invaded Tibet and occupied Tibet. During the invasion of the Chinese military, the peaceful people of Tibet suffered massive torture and persecution. The 14th Dalai Lama Tenzin Gyatso negotiated the independence of Tibetans from country to country with the United Nations, Chinese heads of state, but it was not fruitful. Rather, in the face of the Chinese government's cannon, he left Tibet and took refuge in India in 1959, and the 14th Dalai Lama established the Tibetan government in exile there. Since then, the Tibetans under the leadership of the Dalai Lama have started an independence movement against China, but it has not been successful so far. The Forbidden City Lhasa. Lhasa is the capital of Tibet. Its height from the sea level is 11,975 feet. Being the highest city in the world, it is geographically difficult to access. Moreover, until 1980, foreigners were prohibited from entering the city. People here like to keep themselves apart. Their lifestyle is also very different and exciting. It is said that the British invaded Tibet during the colonial period. Naturally, they entered Tibet and tortured the peaceful people. Since then, Tibetans have developed hatred and mistrust towards the people of the outside world. To keep themselves separate from the outside world for the sake of security, they forbid outsiders to enter the city of Lhasa, known as the Land of God. However, this ban was lifted after 1980. Potala Palace. Religious rituals are practiced throughout the city of Lhasa. The residence of the Dalai Lama, the supreme leader of the Tibetans, is at the Potala Palace in Lhasa. 117 meters high and 360 meters wide, this huge palace first came to the public in 1904 with the publication of its picture in the National Geographic magazine. No one outside had ever seen a picture of the palace until this picture was published. It was later designated as a World Heritage Site in 1994, and in 2001 included the Norbulinka region, which is considered one of the most important examples of Tibetan architecture. Pamir Plateau. A large part of the world's highest Pamir Plateau is located in Tibet. This plateau is so high that it is called the roof of the world. With an area of about 2.5 million square kilometers, the height of this huge plateau is about 16,000 feet above the sea level. However, in addition to Tibet, this huge plateau is spread over parts of Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan and Pakistan. Mount Everest. Everest, the world's highest peak, is located in Tibet. It is the highest part of the Himalayas, with an elevation of over 29,000 feet. Mount Everest is covered with snow for 8 months of the year. Tibetans call it Chomolungma. In 1980, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay were the first to climb Everest. However, many brave explorers have lost their lives while climbing this mountain. Kailash Mountain. Being the highest peak in the world, Mount Everest is the center of attraction for thousands of adventure seekers. Its height is 8,848 meters. The interesting thing is that even though many people have stepped on the top of this highest peak in the world, another mountain peak of Tibet still remains invincible to people, Mount Kailash. It is also a part of the Himalayas, which is about 2 kilometers lower than Mount Everest in height. But till date no human has been able to climb its peak. In the 11th century, Mahayogi Milarepa tried to climb Kailash and failed. He came back and forbade anyone else to show this misadventure. Several large reservoirs such as Asia's longest rivers Indus and Brahmaputra originate in Mount Kailash. Manas Sarovar and Rakshasthal of Tibet are located nearby. Mount Kailash is considered as a holy place of pilgrimage for followers of Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism. In Hindu religious mythology, Mount Kailash is called the Laladam of Shiva. They believe that Shiva and his consort Durga and Kartika Ganesha and devotees of Shiva reside in Kailasa. This 22,000 feet high black rock mountain is believed to be the pillar of the earth since ancient times, which holds the mass of the earth. Deepest Canyon. To see the world's deepest canyon, you have to go to Tibet. The Yarlung Zangbo Grand Canyon here is known as the deepest canyon in the world. Its length is about 500 kilometers. The depth varies from a minimum of 550 meters to a maximum of 7,782 meters, i.e. about 8 kilometers. Dear viewers, we have discussed Yarlung Zangbo Grand Canyon in detail in the video given on the end screen. Apart from this, we will discuss in detail about Mount Everest, Mount Kailash, Pamir Malvami and other issues later in separate videos. Subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon next to it to get regular updates. And don't forget to comment how was today's video. If you like it, please like and share it.